Hey guys, it's Lotus and welcome back to my channel. Today we are setting up for March, so let's get right into it. This month I decided to go for a clock theme using different kinds of watches, clocks, gears, and the clock tower as my kind of theme element. So first I'm starting off with the quote page. I chose a quote that says, "Time stands still during life's precious moments." And I thought it was really nice as a little reflection quote, as well as kind of a motivational, to make some memories that are worth remembering. So for this page I decided to draw a kind of pocket watch in the middle, and then put the lettering around. My color scheme is kind of like a brown, gold, gray, and black colors. So I'm just filling in the drawing with all of those colors. So first I'm using this gold metallic pen to color in the center text, and then I'm just using my super tip marker to go around the edges, as well as some of my other markers to color in the time clock. And on the outer borders I decided to put these gear designs, and so I'm just adding like some more decorative touches to the edge of the page, but as a whole keeping the main focus on the timepiece in the center. And I decided I really wanted to color in the middle of the clock since it was looking kind of bare being white, so I just took this tan color pencil and lightly colored over the whole thing. Moving on to the cover page, I am copying that same corner design with the lines and the gears. For the cover page I decided to go for the inside of a clock tower look. So having the clock face on the outside, the gears visible on the inside. So it's as if you are inside the clock tower looking out. So I sketched everything out beforehand, and now I'm just inking it in with my different widths of fine liner. I also have this trusty circle template tool that helped me create the round shapes which I just loved using throughout this video. And for the gears, I just decided to do them randomly and just have fun with it, doing some like really spiky, some more traditional, some I kind of just made up. Like I don't think some of them are like real gear shapes, but it was fun and it looks pretty good in the arrangement, I guess. This is one of my more complex cover pages, but I do like how it turned out, and I think that it's a little different for me. So it was nice to kind of add the different decorative elements to it. For the March title, I am doing kind of this serif font, which I'm just doing like a regular Gothic style letters and adding some serifs at the end, nothing too fancy. Then I'm filling in the inside decorations for the clock. I wanted to emulate kind of that like decorative glass thing that a lot of clock towers have going on that you can see from the outside, so we're just adding some more decorations to it. And now it's time to color. I'm once again using the gold metallic pen to write in the numbers on the clock face. And now I am just filling in the clock with the colors from my color scheme. So I have this light brown brush pen, a dark brown brush pen, and then of course my Crayola Super Tip to kind of color everything in and make sure it matches the theme. Coloring the gears was the most fun part because I got to really experiment not only with the drawing but also the coloring, because I really wanted to keep this kind of neutral brown tones going, and I know most of them are like only brown when they're like rusty, and there's not like a lot of like bronze or copperish gears, or maybe they are, but I still incorporated some like dark grays to tie in with like the traditional gear color, and the browns for like the pipes and stuff that would be connected on a clock tower. I don't actually know about the mechanics, but this was a popular scene from the reference photos that I pulled up. So here I'm just coloring in the last of the gears and the corner decorations, so some last finishing touches there. So I did use a big mix of different markers, you know, brush pens, mild liners, super tips, but I do think the color scheme worked really well together. And again, I'm using my color pencil for the stained glass effect, and moving on to the calendar. So for the calendar, I decided to do a different kind of layout than I usually do. This time I'm only doing the horizontal lines and not the vertical box grid layout. But I actually kind of liked how this turned out, and it was a lot faster to set up. So here I am now doing these colorful strips on the page, which is where the days of the week are going to go with that tan brush pen. And I added a grandfather clock at the side, which I'm just, you know, inking in and going to color. And that's like the main, I guess, image that ties in the theme for this spread. Then I'm just going in and doing the numbers for all the days of the month. And now moving on to the March title, I'm just using the same font that I did on the cover page to write that down at the bottom. Now I'm coloring in the grandfather clock with my super tip and my mild liner. And I decided to make the pendulum in the center gold, so I'm using my metallic pen to do that. And then giving it its hollowed out shadow with the dark brush pen. I did a brown color block at the top of the spread, and then I added the days of the week and colored in the grandfather clock face and added the corner decorations to finish off the spread. Next, moving on, I decided to make a playlist spread since I've never actually done this before, but I see a lot of people do it in their bullet journal and I thought it might be fun. So I did kind of a mantle clock style picture. And so I'm just drawing out a big mantle clock radio thing with clock in the middle. And then I decided to name this spread Timeless Tunes, but it's honestly just what I'm currently listening to. I just thought the name fit well. And now I'm just coloring that in with my mild liner and the variety of other markers for this theme. After setting up the spacings for it, now I'm just writing in all the songs that I've kind of currently been listening to or things that I have liked for a long time now. So it includes a bunch of different artists. I have GOT7, Taylor Swift, Stray Kids, BTS, TXT, Five Sauce, All Time Low. Those are some of my favorite artists for a while now. So I decided to add them in. And then this time I decided to color in the clock face with the light brown brush pen that I had been using, just because I felt the tan color pencil wasn't strong enough as I would have liked. And then moving on, I'm also doing a different style of habit tracker this month. I found that I've been kind of lazy with my habit tracker. I thought maybe it was time for a change, so I decided to draw this giant gear in the middle of the page. And then set up kind of rows. I also decided to track less habits since before the 8 were kind of overwhelming, I guess. So I divided up the gear into different sections, one for each day, and then each column is gonna, or each spiral is going to have one habit, and I'll put the colors that match that habit in. And I just colored in the center for some visual interest. Moving on to the last spread, this is my weekly for the first and second week of March. I'm doing this layout where I have 2 weeks on one spread just because I still don't have much going on, and I really like this for saving space and the simplicity of just writing down a couple of things that you need. So I am splitting up the page in the center for the designs for the theme, and then just drawing out the 7 divisions down the page and numbering them for week 1 and 2. In the middle, I used my trusty circle template to draw a bunch of different sized circles that I will use to turn into clocks and gears. So you can see me filling them in randomly and using the template to kind of make sure everything is round and looking crisp. It was also fun to experiment with drawing different styles here and work with like different colors, since I did some like filled in black or some of them like more intricate, some of them more simple. Overall, I think the design turned out pretty cool. Then I just added the March Weekly title at the top. My camera cut out when I did that, so fun. But now I'm just starting to color in the center design. So all the gears I'm coloring in with my colors from the color scheme. So I decided to scatter the color arrangement evenly throughout the middle strip of design, and I decided to even add in some gold for an extra like pop of color. And then of course use the color pencil to color in the clock faces. And finally, to tie everything together and close out the spread, I decided to color in the background of that middle strip with the same light brown color that I had been using throughout the theme. I felt like it looked a lot more complete with it colored in, so I decided to do that. And then to add some finishing touches, I used my white gel pen to add in the center of the black clock and gear. And that is it for this setup. So here is the final flip through. I really like how this theme turned out. It was a little different for me, and it was a lot more intricate and complex, which is why it took me a little longer to do. But overall, I think it turned out pretty cool. And I'm excited to use it. So if you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!